Hello again. Well, this time I have the opportunity of making a new bench top for one of our kitchen benches. So we got an old bench from a friend. It had some fake leather where the seams had all come, well, broken. And so I'm going to replace that. Or I should have taken a picture before. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the old upholstery, that fake leather, which is solid Pinewood. I'll show you what we're working with here. So this is the old plywood that had the upholstery on it. You can see a little bit of the foam still stuck in there. So I'm going to take these pine studs, 2x4 boards. I'm going to cut them to length. Any imperfections in the surface will be taken care of with planer. If you don't have a planer, you can do it with sanding, but that would take a lot more time. Okay, so I finished planing the flat sides. So next I'm going to actually do these thinner sides through the planer. So that way when I glue them together, they will have a nice flat, smooth surface to adhere to. Okay, here they are, all planed down. You can see they're quite a bit thinner and slimmer. So that's the next step, is getting out the clamps and gluing everything together so that it stays nicely together. Okay, one thing to note is that because I cut all these boards individually, they are slightly different lengths. You can see just a little bit of a step there. So I'll use a straight edge, attach the straight edge to here to act as a guide for my circular saw. And I'll use the circular saw to just cut them all flush together. Okay, that's looking much nicer. So then now I'll sand it down and clean it up, make it look nice. Alright, so I finished with the 80 grit sandpaper. I put the wood filler on there. You can see it's colored. So I'm just going to let that set up for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to come back and sand it with the 120 grit. I am going to round over these corners. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch router bit, radius bit. But you can just do that with a sander if you don't have the router. So now I've rounded over the top edge. So this is the bottom. I've marked where the bench is going to be, and I'm going to cut out 45 degrees on the edges, on the corners. You can see the rounded edge there on the top. Nope, if I don't cover it. Okay, so I finished cutting it. I've radiused the edges, sanded them. So everything's nice and smooth now. All the gaps are filled in. There's still some imperfections, but that's just part of the nature of the wood. Next step is to just brush off all the dust. My hands are super dusty. Wipe that off, and then I'll be ready to apply a coat of the linseed oil. Okay, so I've applied the linseed oil. I've allowed it to soak in and then wiped off the excess. It's still got a little bit of a sheen to it. That will continue to soak in a little bit, but it'll also dry and set over the next 24 to 48 hours. Alright, here it is the next day. All the oil is soaked in, so you can see there's not much of a sheen on it anymore. I am planning on just adding a coat of paste wax to the top of it, just to give it a nice waterproof finish, help it be a little bit more protected, but the oil itself should protect it well enough, and then the wax will just help keep it waterproof. Okay, so now I've applied 2 coats of wax finish and buffed it out. I even tried something different and applied the took off the sanding pad and just used the hook and loop on this orbital sander and stuck the shop rag to it, and that allowed me to buff it. Of course, I only did that after I hand buffed it, but yeah, it's got a nice shine to it now, nice and protected, nice and smooth. So now I'm going to apply it to the base. Okay, there's the finished stool with the base attached. Here it is in the kitchen. See, that's the tabletop. The tabletop itself needs some refinishing. So if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like. If not, then go ahead and leave a like anyway, and just leave me a comment on what you think I could do better. Alright, talk to you later.